start off. So we actually just had Ray Cepho in here. He was talking about he wasn't necessarily happy with the stoppage. I know you were in there, so you probably know better than everyone. What did you think of the stoppage in between rounds?
I respect Ray Cepho, man. He's a warrior, he's a fighter. I mean, that's cool, by him that he wants to see the fights continue. I know he respects the guys and he wants fighters to, to go out on their shield. Nothing against Ray Cepho, maybe I probably find people from this gym, I don't know if it's something with me. I don't really care. I got a job to do. Nothing but respect for Ray. Without him, I wouldn't be, in the PFL. So, just because there's a disagreement on a stoppage, it happens, right? It's all good. I mean, I don't even know what he said, but what he said.
He just thought that maybe Nedoh should have had a chance to maybe start the third round, and he thought it was premature to stop it before the minute.
Yeah, no, I respect that for sure. Ray Cepho was a warrior. He's going to see it as a warrior season. And if I was in Nedoh's position, I probably would the same thing. I got clipped the victory. He dropped. If you look at it at the end, he fell, and he wasn't healthy to go back to the stool. A warrior was the the shield. I respect him. For me, it's like my dog Scott went to me, he found the UFC for a while. And the hot sauce was like, he retired again before he got this thing, couldn't continue. And if you break between rounds and you drop, that's what you can't do that. And I told him to go and train with me. I think he lost focus there and he broke. Nothing against him. He's a good man, and nothing against Ray Cepho either. That's the reason I'm to the room. And I respect it too. He wants to see warriors fight. So that's why he is who he is. He's a champion, right? So nothing but respect.
And yeah, like you said, warriors fight. And watching this fight, I couldn't help but think back to this moment. So you were actually in the PFL card in Paris when Nedoh fought. You were commentating, and you're like, "This is the type of guy that I want to fight." And it's funny how this manifested. And how much is that a saying to your motto? Anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Anybody, anywhere, anytime. I want to fight Johnny Eblin, Alex Belize champion, and LFA, and Jakob Nedoh European champion. And I told myself I'm not going to miss again. So, it's called speaking into existence. I speak by faith. I'm a Christian, and that's what I stand on. My faith and values in Jesus. And I understand people say they're manifesting, but for me, it's just I speak into existence. So it's time to get that first round finish, and you face adversity in life or challenges in life, whatever you want to call it. And to me, you can expand upon that. When I saw Jakob Nedoh fight, I seen him fight twice in Paris and in Dublin. I got the belt around his waist, and I don't think that takes away from any kind of champion that he is. But that's the guy. Those are the guys I want to fight. The guys. I know he wanted to kill me. Those are the kind of guys I want to kill, and I respect that wholeheartedly.
And then also, kind of reflecting back to your journey with the PFL, this is your 8th fight in the span of about 15 months. Starting from your first fight against El Sawadi, I believe was his name, and now where you are today, what would you say to yourself? Was this expected, or was this beyond your expectations?
This is expected. I would say God does exceedingly more than I could imagine. I was right there in my hands, Fusion 320. I expect great things, right? Not because of what I'm doing or what I deserve, really, but because of who God is. I'm going to show up, I'm going to fight, I'm going to go for the kill every single time, I'm going to get the kill every single time. And I'm grateful to be part of this organization. And sometimes I'm changing my life. I'm looking forward to the next one. I know the shift this one's behind me now.
And then I got one more question as well. So your best friend, Jason Jackson's going to be competing tomorrow. How special would that be for you both to be champions in PFL and Bellator come the end of the year? And how much is that a credit to what you guys are putting in down in Deerfield Beach?
I believe Jason Jackson's going to do well tomorrow. Right? Jason Jackson is these guys been through a lot in life, right? It was figuring out, it was fun to win. It's special because it represents the gym, it represents who he is and his family. Best friend, my brother, for sure. Right? He's helped me become who I am today. And I just know that, more than a friend is a brother. And I just want to see him do great tomorrow. He's going to go out there in Ireland, defend his title, do great things, and I know that's the best part of his life.
Thank you, Impa. God bless.
Hey, Impa, I think I'm going to ask you this every time moving forward, anytime I talk to you. You said this year your goal was dominance, and that was a very dominant, ending to the fight. But I think more so it speaks to your dominant mindset as a man, as a fighter. Can you expand on that? Do you feel dominant after not just the knockout, but just your mentality to go to war with a guy like Jakob and come out victorious?
Yes, thank you. So for me, it's like, dominate everybody. Overall, first round finishes. I want to fight all champions. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the best to ever do it. And part of that is when you fight people who are excellent too. I don't want to fight anybody who's okay. I want to fight anybody who's just decent. I want to fight the great ones. And you see Jakob Nedoh is meant to be in this. He's meant to be on the global side. Last 2 fights finished, but he fought to come back with the shield he fought on it. You know, it's like the mindset is like, I'm peace, right? Like, I don't care to die in there. Like, I really don't. I think I did a great honor. You know, I think it's like, I know people might not agree with it, but they're not the ones in there doing it. Then I got kids in the gym back home, and I always tell them, you cannot break. You cannot break. I don't care. You don't sit down on the ring. You don't sit down in the cage. You don't sit down between rounds. You know, it's a credit to all the trainers back home, Henry, G. Jones, all my training partners, Jason Jackson, Ruben Rodriguez, Aaron Jeffrey, Madonna, Martin Mario. And like, I'm not gonna go back to them and say, oh, you broke. He hit me, it didn't really hurt, but I was like, dang, we're on the ground, we gotta pop back up. There was no way. Like, it's like, you literally have to kill him. So, and that's what I respect. Like, I like a guy like that. So for me to say, the mindset's gonna be instilled by my parents and by my faith. And I'm gonna refine it even better.
How can you use that moment where you say, I'm on the ground, okay, now I'm back up? How can you use that moment and not just, you know, how you got the win, but when you do go back to your gym and, you know, you're talking to other fighters and kids, to use it as a life moment, right? Like, it obviously led you to victory inside the cage, but it's a life learning lesson for those around you as well.
Yeah, one thing I hate is when people tell you to do stuff that they haven't done anything themselves. Like, when people don't take the risk, right? When people think they can just say whatever quick comments because for some reason, but that's not what God called them to do. Like, let the warriors fight. And you know, when I ask something of somebody, you know, to demand the best of themselves, that's what it was. Like, I have to show it myself. Like, I don't deserve to go back to the gym to kill Cliff or the gym right now refinery if I'm not staying true to who I am. You have to go figure that out. And those are the great fights and the things you pray for. You know, it's funny. Like, I mean, the course is great. Go fight unscathed. Man, it's cool to get in there and just get after it too. My trainers were probably happy. They're like, move your effing feet, But I was like, I'm biting down on my mouthpiece. I know what I need to do here. Funny enough, you know, we talked to Aaron Jeffrey a lot, and we were throwing down in training one day. And Henry was like, what are you guys doing? It's not fighting. And I respect Henry so much, but at the same time too, like, you know, Henry says this too. You're in there. And I can't give an excuse to Henry and say, oh, but this, but he's like, but you were in there. And Henry challenges me so much in training, like to the point where I just leave practice like, oh, I'm gonna get it. But that was that moment where I was like, I gotta make this choice now. I didn't want the rest to call the fight because I was leaking blood. I don't want anything. I said, I'm gonna kill this guy, he's gonna kill me. And that's it. And I know Jakob respects that. We're gonna train together. Nothing against him. I hope he brings it every day in training, and I'm so grateful. So,
last one from me. Impa the brand has really just become something special under the PFL banner. You're back in the playoffs, and there's a lot moving forward here for you. Can you speak on just the opportunity afforded to you and provided to you by the PFL, and just how you continue to maximize the most of what's in front of you?
Yeah, you know, there's a long time I was praying for a fight, calling everybody out. UFC fighters, anybody, people were taking fights, and it's not like the guys were soft. I think it was just like making the best decision for them. But I knew that God had a great plan for my life and still has. You know, Jesus has been blessing me, and He's blessing me to be in the PFL. Right? Like, I know that's a question about race. I'm going to clarify. It's nothing against them. These are warriors. I want them to go. But that's what you want to build, right? I think PFL does a great job because we're not an organization that has to talk shit. You know, there's no need. Like, you actually earn your way to the top. There's an incentive for that. And if PFL can lean into that, I think we can take over the UFC. Like, I respect the UFC and the guys playing for me back there, and so be it. But I don't look at it as something like, why be scared to say the other three letters? Like, we're here to go to battle. Let the best be the best. You know, I was in the cage with Sean Strickland. I was in the cage with other people. You know, the UFC's so good. Why don't you let the PFL fighters fight the UFC fighters? Promotion versus promotion. Stop being like boxing. You know, like, I'm here to fight the best of the best. You know, excuse my language, but like, fuck it. Like, who do you want to fight? And that's how I look at it. PFL's gave me the opportunity. PFL showed me something that, like, hey man, like, the Warriors fight, you earn your way to the top. Challenger to champion, what I say. I always see myself as that. And I say, you know, honor God, do my job. Excuse my language, but that's what I mean. Like, there's no other way to say it. I think that we're so scared and looking for validation in this world. Like, and I respect Strickland. He's whatever he wants to say. But let's meet up. Like, we don't have to do it in the cage. Let's do it in the gym. Like, you know, we're fighting, and the thing I hate about fighting right now is people try to break people down, talk trash when somebody jumps off a bridge. Right? If you're a man and you want to fight, let's go. Forget the organization, forget this. I respect Dana White. I'm grateful. When I fought on the Contender Series, I asked him to give me some advice. And I quoted him. He said, show people who the fuck you are. That's it. So I'm going to show them who I am. I'm going to show them who my God is. And I'm going to fight like that. You're going to kill me. You know, like, I respectfully won't call Francis out because, you know, his son condolences to his family. But anybody, anywhere, anytime. I asked the PFL, let me fight Bellator 185, PFL 205, and I'll fight a heavyweight too. If you think I'm playing, basketball. So that's it.
Thank you.
Impa, just really quickly, you've always been like the 5-round distance before. You've been in fights that essentially you would say were harder. But it felt like towards the end of that second round, it felt like you picked like the deepest you've had to dig. Is that a fair assessment towards the end of that second? I mean, I don't know what you were doing at the start of the third.
Nah, that wasn't the deepest I had to dig. You should see the training sessions Coach D puts us through. Right? Like I'm serious. Like that was nothing. I just had to catch myself. He dropped me, respect to him, right? Had to reorient myself. But the training sessions were a lot harder than those rounds. I wanted to push the pace and break somebody. I could kill if it's 3, 5, 10, 15 rounds. Literally, you have to kill me again. And into the game. I pushed myself in training to an extent, like trainers have to pull me back. That's nothing. We're just getting started. And I love what I get to do, man. God's blessed me because He gave me a lot of grace and mercy. And honestly, how would you fight if you're leading heaven's armies? And I look at it like I can't go back. Like my business manager, I went down to church this morning. We're hanging out, I was praying. Like, there's no way I can go back and just get on my knees and pray and realize that they're a family friend. His son killed himself. And I'm gonna sit here and just not go fight because this guy's a big brute. Right? I was reading the first Samuel 17 about David and Goliath the whole time, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's what you got. You come with all this. I know I come. And you think I'm playing about it, come see me. And that's it. I respect people, and I was saying, I had a great coach in high school, really, because he said the best way to respect your opponent is to defeat them as badly as they can be defeated by them. You want to take out a guy like Jakob Nedoh to kill that guy, because that's the only way. Forget a decision. He's gonna keep coming, right? And that's the best way to respect him. So that's it. So if you think I was anywhere near done, this is right.
Impa, you'll be going up against Josh Silvera in the first round of the playoffs. How are you feeling about that matchup and kind of just the bracket as a whole as you look to go for a back-to-back championship?
Yes, sir. I'm grateful. The fact is I'm grateful. I respect Josh, good man, make great men, make great fighters. But dominated more than I did last year, which is my victor get that finish.
What's up, congrats on the win. How you doing? So you won 8 of your last 9 fights, the only loss being a very close decision loss to one of the best fighters on planet Earth in Johnny Evelyn. 5 finishes, of course. The media will say things, fans will say things, but how would you, in Kasanganay, describe the current run that you've been on?
To me, the current run's behind me. That's all it is. It's on to the next one. You don't get to live off your past accolades. I think that's where people mess up, especially too. If you're talking about it, black athletes. That's where we mess up. If you're hearing me, I'm saying it like it is. We always try to show off what we got. We try to show off different things, and then we end up poor later on. Right? We talk about Juneteenth. We talk about celebrations. It's time to be disciplined and find the right people to have to make financial decisions. All my accolades from the past, I was reading the verse this morning. All the stuff you store up on earth, it fades away. So I can't go back and find that same fight again. It's fun. Probably gonna go do my training for that fight again. But that's behind me. The next run is the next one. And that's it. I'm grateful for what God's given me. I'm grateful for what my trainers done for me. They share that moment. But where I'm at right now, I have no reason to live off of that. The next one is Josh Silvera. He's a W fighter. He's an excellent fighter. He's got champion's heart. And I know he's going to want to bring it. He's got a great training. He's got great people around him. So all that stuff is behind me. Did Jakob Nedoh I fought yesterday? It's going to be better when I fight next. I'm going to fight again. Right? So that's it. Forget that. It's all behind me.
We know Jakob Nedoh is the reigning PFL Europe champion. All week I heard media fans talk about how huge he was. He's big, he's a powerful guy. But you seem calm all fight week. You seem calm when they're announcing your name. You're calm when you're in the cage, right? So outside of training day in and day out, what are some things that allow you to have such poise and confidence on fight week and when you step into that cage?
3 things. My faith, Jesus, I focus on that. When God calls you to be something, you gotta own that moment. It doesn't matter what it looks like on Sunday. That's how I finish my hands raised. It's into existence. How my parents raised me, and the people on my team, my trainers. Like when it's on my team, my extended team. They challenge me, they're honest with me when I don't work here. And they love me. Some people around me that love me. The team back home, my training partners. I always say I want the hard rounds. Any fighter out there, anybody in life, go for the hard rounds. Because you want the rounds to jack you up. Jason Jackson, I love you, but he asked me up some parts of camp. I was laughing. Where's Landry? Is Landry in here? I was like, Landry, watch this. I'm about to jack somebody's kid up today. I came back home. I was like, you know what, Landry? You know I said that before practice? Actually, I was the one who got jacked up. But those are the moments those are things you lead into because that's what to become a champion. I I knew when I was little Jakob Nedoh, there was nothing in the world that would stop me from finishing that victory. So those things give me peace, man. Like I challenge myself each and every day. I'm riding motorcycles. Put me on a bike, I'm good.
Last week, Lynn Vassell, you mentioned Jason Jackson. They talked about wanting to have a Money in the Bank ladder match at Kill Cliff FC. Can we make it a triple threat? How do you feel you'd fare in that Money in the Bank match with a ladder match, like a WWE match with Lyndon and Jason Jackson hitting each other with chairs?
I'll definitely do it. Those two are funny. I'll cheer them on if anything, but if we run through it, like we'll be a trio and get after it, I guess. That's funny.
I know you got Kill Cliff back home, so many training partners. We mentioned Aaron Jeffrey this week, of course, Jason Jackson and others. But what about the team, the people that are standing in this room with you right now? You rolled deep this weekend, but it seems like your team is growing and growing with each fight week. How much credit do they get for your success this year and tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Somebody who's not here right now is Dr. Paul. He's a great bodybuilding guy. He's done a lot this week. Different things through camp. So keep working on bodybuilding. God bless you. He does not. I got Nana back there. That's my Nana from Saudi Daisy, Tennessee. From Saudi, ain't nobody. And man, I got some fun people around. She's my Nana was this lady who, when I lived in Number Children, Florida, in the countryside, she took care of me. And when I met Nana, she has such an amazing heart for people. She's funny. She says just things that make you laugh, but she really, really loves people and is always checking in. And you need people like that on your team. You got her daughter, Peyton, formerly Evansville Ferguson, got married, and they called me when I was a Jimbo. They was talking about they want to spread the love of God. Yeah, I'm just looking at him. I see Landry Ward, my dog. He's always making fun of me for my nutrition now. But he's such a good guy. He's the reason I met Coach D. I used to watch him train with him, and he's always in there for me, right? Friday night training clients, he came out here to drop a hat. Good man. He's on his way up. PFL, signed Landry Ward, man. You want to see some exciting fights? My fight was exciting. Watch that guy fight. You got Joseph Howell. He's a brother, man. He does logistics and security, tell my family around. What I realized is that a team that has to function when every fighter shoots himself in business, he helps keep it going. He's like an engine. Kingsman Security Solutions, he does a great job. And then Alan Diamond back there, he always tries to hide in the shadows. He's always talking trash. But he's a good man, and he's always challenging me to make the right decisions in life. His son Joe means a lot to his little brother to me, and his whole family's beautiful. I got Ryan, where's Cliff? I have Ryan, Ryan here. He's newer to the team, but man, he's awesome. And he's getting great media, and I'm going to spread the message. Can't say enough about Joanna. Joanna's she's a PR, but she also just helps with the management side of things. She just hustles like that. It's like my Google Calendar. You can't tell I'm a little go with the flow kind of guy. And I run them on the wall. But they get the stuff done. You see Dieter, Herbert, the corner, Sean, Landry, Delano's overseas, and then Cliff Barron. He saved my life. That's why I had a kidney failure. We went to college football together. He said one thing he wanted to do was tell documentary filmmaking, and I was trying to be better. He used to not believe in himself, and I always get on about it. And it took a leap of faith, moved down to Florida, has been telling the story. He's working on a cool documentary that I'm grateful to be a centerpiece of. He's done some film festivals already, but he took that leap of faith, and I know he's going to do great work. I got my family, my team. My sister goes to college next week, goes to West Point, right? So go Army, beat Navy, right? I got my little brother back home, he's coaching at the University of Tennessee. And my team is incredible. And I mean nothing without that little guy in my life. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. No.
Where is Cliff?
Where is Cliff? Cliff stays out my way. 291. I got my dog Beacon. I shot him out. So he's been out the wild this week. He took out for a ride. So we gotta get that right. But Jonathan Logan, my mentor, I cannot say enough great things about him. Calling him every day of the week. If I don't answer, he's yelling at me to fly down there. But he always told me it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And we are one of the best things.
Thanks, Impa.
I think